Today we are going to be doing one of the most difficult lessons in algebra out of all algebra. These lessons are this is a really tricky lesson if not taught correctly. Here we go. 5.8. This is 5.8. Parallel and perpendicular slopes. Day 1. Homework is 353. Numbers 10 through 44 even. No graphs. Straight algebra tonight. We have to practice these equations. Parallel, perpendicular. Perpendicular. Perpendicular slopes. 10 through 44 even. Okay? Let's jump right on in. Parallel slope. Parallel. The symbol is the double L's. That comes from the double L's in parallel. What does parallel mean?
Two lines and
they don't cross, right? They don't intersect? Right. Now, more specifically, two lines are parallel if and only if they have the same slope. No intersection. There's no intersection. They must have the same slope. There's no intersection. The slopes must be the same. The slopes must be the same. The slopes must be the same. You have to find the equation tonight. They will give you one equation. They'll give you a point. You have to find the other equation. It looks difficult, but it's not. Kind of. I know. For example, start with an easy one. If I have y equals 4/3 x plus 3, y equals 4/3 x minus 1. What do they have in common? The slopes are the same, right? The slopes are the same. These are common. The slopes are the same here and here. Okay? Because the slopes are the same, these lines will never, ever touch. This, later on, will be called no solution. Because there's no intersection. There's no answer. There's no solution. Now, if you don't really see that, if you graph it out, just even do a quick sketch of this, you'll see that if you sketch out 0, positive 3, up 4 and over 3, up 4 and over 3, let's pretend that's that line. This line over here, negative 1, it's still 4 over 3. The slopes are going to be parallel to each other. Even though they have different starting points, they have the same rise over run that makes them not ever cross. Ever. It's impossible because the slopes are the same. Right, Nia?
So wait, so as long as they have the same slope, so if they're just like this, just
You done talking yet? I can hear you. Stop. Okay. Let's go right to practice and think that by practicing will help you a lot. Okay? Jojo, you ready? Y equals 4/5 x minus 6. Point is 5, 7. Find the parallel slope. Now, let's pretend they give you 4/5 x minus 6. And it says, hey, you, I need you to find me the other equation. How do I find the other parallel equation? Nia, what do you think? So you're extracting the slope from this equation, and you're using the what form? No, not the one before that. Point slope form. Okay? So what she's saying is you have to find the second equation. Okay? Because it's parallel, so you have to identify the parallel slope. Identify the slope. In this case, the slope from the original equation is 4/5. Would you agree? Sit up, please. Would you agree the slope is 4/5? Okay. Now, find the other equation. To find the other equation, you they give you a point. You find the slope. Use the point slope form to find the second equation. Y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. I'm going to stop right here. Any questions in this part so far? Are you sure? Okay. Y minus 7 equals, you can start doing a lot of these in your head. You can start doing this in your head. 4/5 times x minus, how about 5?
Why?
Because it's x1. See, that's what happens when I don't label stuff. There, x1, y1. So then, distribution, y minus 7 equals 4/5 x minus, how about 4? Right? Because you cancel out the 5s, yeah? And then you add 7. Y equals 4/5 x plus 3. There's my second equation. Let me zoom out. How did I get 4/5? From the original equation. Parallel slope, same slope. Same slope, same slope. Same slope, same slope. Same slope, same slope.
It's just different starting point.
They have to. They have to. Or else you won't be able to find it. Yeah. Okay? So even if you do a quick sketch of the graph here, using the original equation, -0, so 0, -6, up 4 and over 5, up 4 and over 5. There's your first equation, and here's your second equation. All that has done is just shifted down 3, or shifted down that much. The lines will never cross. The lines will not cross. Questions on how I got the first equation, the second equation? Are you sure? Okay. Here's one to do yourself. By yourself. Completely by yourself. Y equals -2x plus 3. Find the other equation that goes through 4, -2, parallel slope. It will always tell you what you're finding. It will always say, find parallel, find perpendicular. That will give you the equation.
Wait, so how do you find perpendicular?
Well, that'll be next.
Oh.
It will tell you. It will tell you. It will be very specific. Parallel, it will be in the problem.
Also, the slope right here is 2x plus.
So identify the slope from the original problem. I gave you the directions. Those are really good. I talked about myself. Don't throw those away. You'll use it in Algebra 2. Okay, first things first. Is this solved for y equals the original slope? The original line? Okay, the slope is not 2, just 2. -2, right? To find the other equation, I use that point and this slope. Y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1, right? Y minus -2 equals -2 times x minus 4. Y plus 2 equals -2x plus 8. Subtract 2 on both sides. Y equals -2x plus 6. Boom. There's my second equation. Yeah, I haven't done the hard part yet. So when So when I graph these, remember parallel doesn't cross. So 0, 3. So down 2 to the right 1, down 2 to the right 1. There's my first equation. My new equation, it's all the way up here, but still it never crosses. It doesn't cross. Yes. Please. You have to. That's how you know. Okay. Yes. Oh, no. No, you don't graph 4, -2. Because that's just a point you're given to find the other equation. That's like a reference point. But eventually the line will cross 4, -2. It will cross. Perpendicular. Perpendicular. Slope. This is the hardest. This is pretty hard. Not easy. Here we go. I need your attention. Symbol. The symbol for this looks like an upside down T with a 90-degree sign inside. Perpendicular means two lines intersect to form a right angle. Okay, if two lines need to be intersected to form a right angle. If two lines need to be intersected to form a right angle. Okay. How do I find the negative sorry. If two lines need to be intersected to form a right angle, what do two lines have to look like? Hello? Hello? Oh, but the phone was like kind of weird. Right now? Okay. Sorry, bye. Okay. What does one slope have to be?
From the right what? Wait, what was the question? No slope.
Okay, so if you have a no slope, what does the other slope have to be?
0.
0 slope. You know why? This is what happens. Line, line. See that? No slope, 0 slope. Bless you. What about the other one? One has to be a positive slope, and the other one, a negative slope. Like this. Let's say if I do this, and I do this, see that? Makes a right angle. Positive slope, negative slope. So we have to figure out the slope, and guess what? Flip it and make it negative. What? This is what I'm talking about. Negative reciprocal. The negative reciprocal. Come on, go, office, quickly. Quickly. For example, if your original slope and your perpendicular slope. Let's say the slope was 4 in the first equation. What is the perpendicular slope going to have to be? It's going to be negative, but you're flipping it too. Negative 1/4. Okay, what about this next one? 2/7. -7/2. Positive, flip the negative. What happens if it's negative to begin with? -9. Flip it, positive 1/9. What happens if it's a negative fraction to begin with? Positive 9/4. They will have to be, one would have to be positive and negative because they have to crisscross. Okay? Questions so far?
Oh, you just flipped me.
Flip and make it negative or positive, whatever the opposite is. Opposite. These are all opposite slopes. Opposite slope. Questions? This is really, I know, a lot of stuff to take in. Any questions?
Also, the point, -1.
Has to. If you have two negative slopes, it won't be a 90-degree angle. For example, perpendicular. I'm sorry. Y equals 2/3 x minus 3. The point is -4/2. The point is -4/2. y equals 2/3 x minus 3. Okay, in your brain, in your head, in your mind, if the slope is 2/3, what does the other line have to be if it has to cross? -3/2. Okay? For example, if the slope is 2/3 here, what is my perpendicular slope has to be? -3/2. Guess what? I don't use this. I use this and I use this now. Perpendicular. I use these two. Just like the first examples, what do I use next? The point-slope form. Y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Before I go on, though, do I need to explain how I got the negative slope? Okay. All I'm doing here, if it says perpendicular, I have to identify the original slope. If the original slope is a positive slope, the perpendicular slope has to be negative for it to crisscross, to make a right angle. Identify the slope, flip it, make it positive or negative. Okay? Y minus 2 equals -3/2 times x plus 4. Shall I explain it again?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know why this is 2/3 in the original problem?
Because
It's 2/3. It's given to us, right? To find the perpendicular slope, I make this negative and I flip it.
Yeah.
Okay? That's why I have this one here now. And then I distribute 3/2x plus, no, is that 6? Minus 6. And then I add 2. Y equals -3/2x minus 4.
And that's
This is my other slope. So when I graph this, guess what? When I graph it, even if I do a really quick sketch, up 2/3, up 2/3, and I graph this bad boy right here, down here, down 3 to the right 2, down 3 to the right 2. Guess what? Look what it does. Oops. It makes a right angle. It makes a right angle every single time. So if you have an equation, let's say your equation is y equals 4x minus 5. If your equation is y equals 4x minus 5, what's my perpendicular slope have to be? -1/4. If my equation is -2/3 x plus 6, what's my perpendicular slope have to be? +2. So I'm using this point and then this slope and the point substituted in. You're going to be confused a little bit tonight. It's okay. It's normal. But I want you to answer, call anyone, email me, okay? Watch the videos and all that stuff. Anything else? You have a quiz tomorrow. Bye.